Can you see me?
I can't, but I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay.
Does that
All
help?
right, I can see you now. Can you see me?
Yes.
Okay, I have Dan here and Julia. I'm just promoting them to panelists.
Okay.
So
I'll be patient.
they should be coming on soon.
Hey, Julia.
Hi, Joan.
Oh.
Hi, Dan. Hi, Dan. Okay. Should I begin?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to call the meeting to order at 4:16. And I will entertain a motion to accept the minutes as read from our last meeting.
I make a motion to approve the minutes as written.
I second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. The second item on the agenda is our invoices. Is that correct?
It is the treasurer updates. So I had previously sent the statements from Rockland, the Excel spreadsheet. So, and then I had followed up with Barbara about the reason for having those columns that we discussed last meeting. And she, if everyone is comfortable with it, she can remove those columns moving forward for the cash basis. So. And then if there's any questions about the Excel.
Dan, you're the expert on that. Any thoughts?
I mean, I was the one who suspected that they could be deleted, so sounds like Barbara is confirming that. So I'm happy to get rid of cost basis. It's extraneous. It doesn't. There's no reason we would need to know it.
Okay.
Makes sense to me.
Okay.
All right. Now we have invoices to approve and we've seen them. Before I go to that, is the process that we approve them at this meeting and then we have to go in and sign?
Yes. So I had just received a second set of invoices that I emailed probably about 5 minutes ago. Okay. So the process that I believe we should follow is that we say we intend to sign it, or those who agree with it will sign it, and then since we have it and in the recording in the meeting, then you can come in and actually do the physical signature so we can get the original down to accounting.
Okay, I can come in tomorrow around noontime.
Okay.
Assuming we get a vote to approve.
Okay. And I will give it to Thomas, who's working the front desk. So you can just say, I'm here to sign the invoices for the Commissioners of Trust Fund, and he'll be able to provide it, and you can sign it and then be on your way.
Before we go to that, you've moved your office, I understand.
Yes, yes. So this is my office. This isn't the meeting room, the Great Plain room. So.
No, I know, but your office is no longer at the corner. It's in the Treasury Department where everyone is. Is that correct?
Yes. So I'm on the assessing side. So instead of Diana's on the left side with the Treasury, and I'm actually on the right side, tucked away.
Okay, you like it that way, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I am willing to sign the one on the Needham Revitalization Trust Fund. I have no problem with that one. I've just gone through it.
Okay.
And the other one was the library one, right?
Yes.
Which I read yesterday, and I'm willing to approve that one. I don't know how you feel about it, Julia or Daniel, but please go ahead and say what your thoughts are.
So I'm reviewing the revitalization trust fund invoices right now. And I think that since my tenure began not too long ago, this is the first time we've had invoices from this particular trust fund.
Right.
And the format is a little bit differently, a little bit different. When you do come in to sign it, it will look more like this one. So it will have the signatures and it has the batch page. But just because of the timing and I knew we were meeting today, I had received it this way. So I wanted to have the approval and discuss it since we were meeting.
No, it makes complete sense to me. Have you, Elise, looked at, because I just looked at it quickly, you've compared the total of these invoices for this revitalization trust fund against what we're allowed to spend this year, and it fits within that budget, if you will. Is that something you've confirmed?
I have not. So I received these from Paul Good. So he gives me these and I pass it along. But I believe if there were any issues, accounting would be the one to bring those issues up when they are submitted to accounting.
Julia, the way the revitalization trust fund works, Paul Good goes out and collects money from the local businesses, and then he spends it with no regard to anything other than he can only spend the money that is available. And the money that's available is all the money that's there. In other words, it's not money that's...
So it's not money that's been accumulated over time. It's almost like a revolving, what he takes in, he spends out within whatever the year is.
Depending on his needs and his desire to make the town more beautiful or whatever. Is that the way you understand it, Dan?
That is my understanding, yeah. Elise, I could you elaborate a little where you said that accounting would flag something?
That's how it's done with other invoices. So if you were overdrawing a general ledger account, that is where I believe they would catch it. I'm not familiar with this specific process, but if it is that way.
I think though, Julia's question, if I'm understanding it correctly, if I'm understanding it properly, is not about it being overdrawn. It's more that these are trust funds that have distribution rules to them. For example, 4% per year of market value or whatever. But I don't think that the accounting group is checking against those rules. They're more just on a binary, is there cash in the account or value in the account or not?
Yes.
And just to supplement that, I understand, Dan, there's a check of the purposes of the expenditure. And so we look at it, we know that yes, it matches what the donor wanted. So I can sign knowing that's okay. And so I'm just asking about the amount. And so you described my concern exactly correctly.
Right.
So, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. So I'm not aware of the specifics of the process yet, but I believe since accounting manages the interest and where they keep records of that, I don't know if it's the responsibility of the commissioners of trust fund or if it lies with accounting. So I'm not sure.
Well, what balances even would accounting have? Because the balance in a given trust fund sort of changes day to day as the market moves. So, and there's only a certain amount of cash.
Right.
So they really only get the amounts like from the Excel spreadsheet that Barbara sends, to my knowledge. And on the bank statements, so they would account for the interest. They have been up to this point, but now it's going through the Treasury Department, so we document the interest received and then it goes to the accounting.
Got it. I mean, there's an underlying issue that I think, Julia, you're hinting at, which is that in addition to having just the actual trust documents at our fingertips, which is coming, I promise, we have somewhere a spreadsheet that summarizes the distribution rules of each of the trusts. Not just the scholarship, but each trust. And I'd like us to try to find that. And it may be reaching out to Hayden, since he has been the keeper of records, and maybe he even sent it to us. I could go look.
I don't think he did, because this has come up in a prior recent meeting.
Okay.
So I don't think he
Yeah.
certainly hadn't sent it yet. It may be among his records, and I'm not sure about that.
So I can reach out to accounting to see if they have it on their side, the distribution rules. But I don't, I've checked our records when I was going through for the documentation of all the trust funds, and to see if it was digital. Not like you're doing, Dan, but to see if we had an Excel spreadsheet for the spending rules.
I'll send Hayden a note.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. So we have one approval from me, and do we have a second?
Now that I understand this more, I approve.
I also approve both
Okay.
sets of invoices.
Yeah, library and trust fund, a revitalization trust fund.
And so
Perfect.
Joe, you said you'll come in tomorrow.
Yeah.
I can come in Friday, probably not tomorrow. Does that work?
And we only require 2, so if 2 people come in, that's sufficient. 2 signatures is sufficient.
Is it easy for you on Friday, Dan? Because I can come in on Friday as well. So if it's,
Either
Tough.
way, I work at home on Friday. Maybe do you also?
yes.
Okay.
Well,
So
we
we can,
all can't go and sign it, so there's no reason,
It's true.
Either way.
So I'll be there around noontime.
Okay.
So should I or should you, Julia?
Or both,
I'm-
whatever.
I'm perfectly happy to come in.
Let's get all 3 of us on there. Just
All right.
belt and
We have
suspenders.
our support for Elise, so.
Okay.
Okay, now is there anything else you want to go over? We're going to do this again sometime in August, I understand. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes. So I'm
Okay.
expecting some invoices from the library at that point.
Yes, I will. I want to reiterate that I will be out of town from August 10th to August 17th. I don't know if any of you others have vacation plans that get you out of town during that time, but yeah, you should make a note of it, because I don't even check my emails.
I'm coming back from being out of town on August 5th, and I'll be available the rest of the month.
I'm generally around in August. I've been away a lot this month, but I'll be around in August.
Okay, so we're good. All right. I guess I got to entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you, Elise. This was very easy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it
Okay.
went well.
Thank you. Bye,
Of course.
everyone.
Bye. Have a great day.
Yeah.
Stay cool out there.